All right, let's get started. Oh, you didn't see anything. Not at all. Emulation is legal, everyone. It's very legal. All right, we are back. You might be thinking to yourself, wait a second, you're late again. To that I say, yes, but also I can afford to be late this time because I don't have any commitments tomorrow morning, so it's all good. You'll pretend you didn't see that? Good. You didn't see anything. I'm playing this on a very legitimate 3DS. Who am I kidding? It's impossible to. Who actually has a 3DS with a capture card these days? Oh, what's up, Divius? What is up? Citra? Yeah. That is the reality of these things. It's it's kind of sad that the only viable way to get 3DS games as a reasonable at a reasonable price is to like not buy them because they're very overpriced. That's how you had to play it. Well, I'm playing it that way too because I don't know how long it's been since that one guy who supplied all the 3DS capture cards. Like he basically just stopped his business. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Nivius. Yeah, don't worry about not catching them all. I mean, the VODs are always there. And they're on YouTube too. Yeah, that guy really did supply all of them. All right, let's go from this save point. Oh, you did watch the VODs? Wow. I commend your commitment. Just use an emulator, break the system. True. Emulation is morally correct. Most of the time. Alright, well, let's see. I need to get my bearings again. Wait, is this the right game? No. This is the wrong game. Hold on. I was like, wait a second. The graphics are a little different, and this evidence is unfamiliar. Also, Judge is looking very flat. Let's see. There we go. I was like, huh, the Capcom intro didn't play this time. That's weird. Yeah, you know that's pretty much why. All right, let's go. Okay, you know, two misses this stream, but that's fine. The show must go on. This guy. So, I think this is the first time we called him to the stand. Let's see, what do we have here? Got ourselves a lot of evidence. Scroll, charm, flower, paper, crime scene diagram, foyer diagram, fox and demon statue, crime photo, Ninetales mask, Ninetales glossy, Jinx's statement. Let's see. After leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other at a bend in the hall as he made for the foyer. He was carrying a staff-like implement that jingled. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. Wow, my bitrate is going all over the place right now. Let's see. It seems okay. Could be worse. Yeah, the stream looks fine. Yeah, lately my stream consistency has been a bit spotty. That's fine. It won't impact the stream that much since we're playing a game like this, which, I mean, graphics are kind of aren't really the focus. Alright, let's go. This guy's voice. It was like my half-assed Danny DeVito impression, like crossed with my shitty New Yorker impression.
The name's Filch, Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor. Oh, and, this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like.
Are those his shoes? Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes! And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch. Oh, it's those shoes again.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filch stole them again.
They're all yours, your honorship, sir.
What? Oh, but they seem awfully expensive.
Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship.
It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts.
Ethics schmethics. Just take them if you want them. Polished them up real nice for you, too.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Tenma Taro in the foyer after the murder. Guarding the foyer. Here we go.
At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. QB's asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guests. I was still in my office, keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no siree.
Nothing at all? Oh yeah, this guy. That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams. They do the same forehead point. So, you're telling this court that you never saw anyone dressed up like Tenma Taro?
Yep, was gone the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, not about the truth.
How much lint does this guy have in his pockets? It's kind of nasty.
Tenma Taro? Bah, you don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, do ya? I certainly don't.
That was a loud heartbeat. My bracelet, he's rubbing his wrist too. Lint is the worst, it really is. I have like 3 lint rollers in my closet. Obviously I don't use them all at once, but like, you know, I have a stockpile of them, basically. Lint rollers are pretty versatile. You don't need to just use them on clothes. Like sometimes you just roll it over your bed, get all that stuff out, stray hairs and whatnot. Something the matter, Apollo? My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So, you think Mr. Filch has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell, some sort of nervous habit. Dude, I feel like everything this guy does is a nervous habit. He like rubs his whole body, he like undoes his pockets, he does this. Ah, what in the? What's a hawk doing in here? Why is this guy allowed to have a bird? Aren't you supposed to be in jail? Can't have pets in jail. That's his assistant. I see. Well, I mean, if I get one, I'm surely he gets to have one too, right? It's only fair. All lawyers get one. True. Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. Of course you named it like a Japanese name, you weeb. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact. Doesn't live with you? You know, in jail? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird? Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. That's one way to call you bird. Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this.
What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills!
I'm just... no pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom. Oh, somebody help! Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished. In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think. He really pulled out the bird so that we can't even use our special ability. I guess his special ability is just bird. It's not even the first time there's been a bird in court. You know what? That's true. Man, that is one heck of a throwback. What was its name? Polly? Polly the parrot? There was someone dressed as Tenmataro there. Filch should have seen him. Yes, nice. Do I get a gold star? We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now. There's a second Polly in this courtroom. You're right. How could I have been so blind? Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, he's just like fine with the bird on his head, I guess. Guarding the foyer. I'm like, I should just commit to foyer or like foyer. I'm always like halfway through pronouncing it one way, and then I just like do it the other way. Okay. Pressing time. Mr. Filch, why did Alderman QB have you handle guard duty?
Because he trusts me. I am the manor's caretaker, after all.
So you took said guard duty seriously.
Let me tell you something about me. I'm a...
Even the bird is startled.
Yipes!
Listen here, you little tanuki. Get straight to the point and be quick about it. Court wishes to hear what you did or didn't see in the foyer. You gotta keep people on their toes. You know what? Maybe I should. And not else.
Yes, of course, sir. Right away, sir.
Blackwell's got him completely under his thumb.
Like you said, I was guarding the foyer entrance that day. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise could get to our guest.
Oh, right, I gotta press. So no one could get to him. Sounds like security was pretty tight.
Yeah, that's because there's always lots of sneaks and thieves around festival time.
And the solution was to entrust the manor security to a thief? That's not even funny. Maybe it's a matter of stopping thieves by hiring one. After all, it takes one to know one. I don't know, it seems more like letting the fox guard the henhouse to me. So the witness testifies that he took his guard duties seriously.
Yes, sir, your Honorship, sir.
Let's see, after 3 p.m. That seems a bit fishy. I need to check the times again on my evidence. Did you really keep an eye on the foyer the entire time? What are these puppy dog guys?
Poor old Filchy. Been working hard my whole life. Only to be smeared by some greenhorn in his fancy suit and silly haircut. Sorry, Mr. Blackwell, sir. Didn't mean to get off the subject there.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Blackwell didn't even say anything.
To answer your question, yes, I kept an eye, and both of them, in fact, on the foyer.
Nothing out of the ordinary, huh? Could you describe the court who you would consider fishing lucky?
Someone all fidgety and shippy like, like they're about to steal something.
Or he just described himself.
I wonder why Mr. Filch didn't see Temataro.
Maybe Jinxie only thinks she saw Gemataro. Or
maybe Mr. Filch is lying.
And if he's lying, we might be able to spot a contradiction in his testimony. Let's see, what do we have here? Do we have a, autopsy? We do. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. So... let's see... Wait, no. You were watching this, right? You weren't you were watching wrestling on TV.
Objection!
Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fella like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
I didn't watch that one, no siree. I was just doing my job, just like I was supposed to.
I feel like the more I do Filch's voice, the higher it gets. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right?
Yipes!
Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster." So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your broody-poo lawyer talk. I'm one of the professional types, too. I can do double duty, watching TV and the foyer at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief. Mr. Justice, you would have this court believe the witness was slacking off. That's correct. Claims to have been watching TV and the foyer at the same time. That's nothing but a bald-faced lie. Bald, you say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. In that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. Uh-oh. prove it. It's probably this, right? Yeah, you can't watch the foyer with the layout as it is. If you're watching TV, your head is like completely facing the opposite direction. Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I think it would be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time. Why, yes, someone watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance. Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer as you claim.
Yipes! The bag's out of the cat. The other way around.
Order, order, order. But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case? It is very relevant, because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tenmataro impersonator in the foyer. Objection. What now? Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered. What are you talking about? This. I'm not a mind reader. Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki?
They were? Yeah, yes. Yes, they were.
Oh my god, this guy. You already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't?
Yeah, my eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I could hurt anyone in the foyer. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon.
So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yep, my ears were working full time. So, who's the liar now, you no-good shyster?
Lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career.
I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Blackwell, sir. You really are something else. You don't miss a thing. And them bags under your eyes, they're darker than mine.
Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu.
Yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir.
No, I feel like we can have him eaten without much loss. These guys have not much value. The witness will henceforth testify truthfully, under penalty of painful bird attacks. And with that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly. Ears working overtime.
It's true. I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there were no Tenmataro in the foyer.
Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense, for lacking that, our entire world would be but upside down. Says the convict prosecutor, who is totally a sign of the end times for the legal world. Really? Did they really have to get this guy? Like, surely there are plenty of other prosecutors out there that are not in jail. Make an exception for the bird to claw, Mr. Filch. Yeah, you know what, Judge? I'll leave it to you.
Besides, if there were any yokai roaming about, I'd nab him and sell him to the zoo.
I wonder whether Jinxie was just saying things. Hmm, that seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns. But if we can't prove she saw Temataro, the mayor's sure to be convicted. We better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, once again.
Hold it!
You are paid for your work, aren't you? So, how do you justify watching TV on the job?
But it ain't easy being me. I mean, I can't watch TV when we have visitors and no way to record stuff.
Sorry, am I supposed to be consoling you over your first world problems?
If those are his only problems, he should consider himself lucky.
I guess pro wrestling's serious business, Mr. Filch.
Hold it!
You lied earlier about taking your guard duty seriously, didn't you?
What? You know harm in bending the truth a little, right?
Listen to me, you little tanuki. Lie again and Taka shall feast upon that forked tongue of yours.
Ah! Yipes. Yeah, sorry. Let me just keep my tongue.
At least leave it until we get the truth out of him. In any case, you were negligent in your duties, were you not?
Yes, sir. I was, sir. But it ain't like that.
Floor there's all creaky squeaky like, huh?
Hold it!
So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch.
As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear, creaky floor. But the Tamatara makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle? How does he do that?
It's that staff of his.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He is typically not depicted with the staff. We got him. So he had to have seen him. Alright, well, we got him.
What's he talking about, Apollo?
Beats me, but I guess Tamataro has a staff that makes noise.
Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Tamataro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound.
Guess that's the source of the noise then. Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Tamataro jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information? Very important. Extremely vital. I request that it be added to his testimony. Alright. Tamataro was to pass by. Staff would have gone jingle jangle. Let's press first, I guess. What's the deal with Blackquill? How can he do his job while being in jail? Oh, he's a convicted criminal. Apparently he killed a guy. But he's also a very good prosecutor. So they're like, you know what? We're out of good talent. I don't know where they're like Edgeworth's overseas or something. I don't know what the fuck Edgeworth is doing right now. Von Karma is like doing stuff overseas probably. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. Yodo is also in jail, I think. It's like, we're running out. Gotta tap into the reserve. So, Temataro's staff makes a distinctive sound. Yeah, Von Karma did kill someone, but He wasn't... It's not like people knew he killed someone when he was, working as a prosecutor. This guy, they literally just dragged him out of jail. He's still in handcuffs. Just to do this job.
Wait, Jinxie said something like that. Something about Tamataro making a jangly sound.
I think we're missing something here, but I can't quite put a finger on it. I can. I can put the biggest finger on it. Let's see, what do we present? Yes, the scroll, right? Because that's like the traditional depiction of Tamataro.
Objection!
There we go. Tamataro's staff would make a jingly sound, you say? Well, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up. Is there something the defense would like to share with the court? Mr. Filch, you say that you didn't see Tamataro on the day of the incident. Why then? Why did you assume just now that Tamataro would be holding a staff?
Huh?
You see, the Tamataro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hands, and she described its sound just like you did, as a kind of jangly sound.
Yeah, so he was holding a staff. What's your point?
Objection!
Point is that Tamataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Tamataro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch? Right, there is no staff. Not even a cane or a walking stick. So the question is, why does the witness think Tamataro uses a staff? I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution on the most basic level. Wow, I am dropping frames, excuse me, like nothing else right now. It's not too bad. Could be worse. Well now, this is getting interesting. Alright, Mr. Justice, it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Tamataro carries a staff. He actually saw Tamataro. Filch is a scatterbrain. My life is on the line here. What does this bar represent, actually? Is it my health? My credibility? Or is it like my penalty score, where it's like in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you lose life points. Go to the Shadow Realm if you lose them all. The last one is true, but it's not the most important. Live life. Yeah, I will actually die if the bar runs out. Mr. Filch actually saw Tamataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly know about the staff.
Busted again?
Bloody hell. What? This guy's so British. You duplicitous. Is it duplicitous or duplicitous? I think it's duplicitous. Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. Duplicitous? Ah, a third option that I didn't even think of. Actually, I'm gonna look that up. My vocab is a bit rusty. Deceitful. Okay. You did see Tamataro that day, didn't you?
Um, uh, uh,
Well,
I'm begging ya. Please don't make me say it.
but clearly you did see Temataro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact.
No can do. No way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be.
What, the Joker? He? Mr. Filch still won't admit seeing Temataro, even though everyone already knows he did. Question now is, why?
Mr. Filch is scared to death.
Is that why he can't admit the truth?
Come to think of it. They say you must not gaze upon Temataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Temataro will claim your soul. Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Temataro after hearing the village superstitions. She said that if she told anyone that she had seen Temataro, he'd claim her soul.
Whatever that means. Wait, you think Filch believes that too?
Ah, so Mr. Big Time City Slicker Lawyer has heard about him?
I think he's talking about the other guy, not Temataro. Oh, no, he is talking about the superstitions.
Them old village superstitions?
Will the police... Oh, I can read. Will the defense please explain what the witness is talking about? I don't know how that came out of me. You know what? I think I do. I was like somehow reading defense and pleas at the same time, so it was like I kind of just mashed them together into one word. I read too fast. Drink water? Of course. Don't worry, it happens. Yeah, it does happen. When you try to voice this entire game, some bloopers are inevitable. The people of Ninetails Vale believe some pretty strange things. Their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Temataro. This game has the most typos? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's straight, that's why. It's all right here.
Oh. We got a whole Bible. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. Do not gaze upon Temataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Knowing the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it, your immediate departure from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village.
See? That's why us in Ninetails of Vale can't talk about seeing Temataro.
Alright. That clears up one mystery. Killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Temataro costume. They knew that that way no one could talk about him. So it was as if he never existed. The defense holds that this Temataro impersonator is the true killer. What?
Objection.
Superstitions, you say? What kind of fool would actually believe such rubbish? And without using some silly fairy tale so easily expose the culprit, you'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Objection.
Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Objection.
living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark, sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstitions at the clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection!
Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetails Vale. A life or death superstition might make even you a believer. Yeah. Where did that sword come from? Does Apollo just have a comically long sword? Order! Order, I say! You fool of a Tanuki. 2 times now your lies have costed me.
Sorry, I promise not to do it again.
Oh my god. Taka, my fine feathered friend. Have at him!
Yipes! He's gonna eat me alive! Gonna head for the hills. Like zoinks, dude. Zoink scoop.
Ah, he took off. I think Filch takes the prize for my most inconsistent voice so far. But Bailiff, what are you waiting for? After him, and with your fastest men.
That's certainly not something you see every day.
Well, it would seem a new and important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Tenmataro was at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? Oh, he fucking broke it. Uh-oh.
What?
Huh? Oh! His shackles. What? Oh, I'm too young to die. Does this guy just carry around like shurikens in his coat or something? What is this? Justice, Dono. Long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers. Eek. Well, I'm gonna die. He's doing the samurai thing where he just like unsheathed his sword for half a second. Detective, do something! Ha 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 ha! Have no fear, Fulbright is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Objection!
Then get going already, before he kills us. Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackwell, for it is his sense of justice that set him free. This fucking guy. Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice. Fucking chaos in here.
Silence.
Huh? That's him? I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards. He's a fan? He really is. Well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, can I ask you to, I think the judge forgot he's in charge here. So, Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenmataro's the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Right, and that yokai, or rather, whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Kyubi.
Silence.
It's a new line. Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber? What? Ah, he's right. She said nothing about Tamataro being in the Fox Chamber. She didn't see the Fox Chamber, did she? Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door. And your point is? Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewed murder victim, the alderman. And the homicidal maniac who had killed them, the mayor. No, there must have been someone dressed up like Tenma. Ah! Then, why does that little scamp claim to not have seen a yokai in the fox chamber? Considering that her father is accused of murder, surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room. I don't understand. Why didn't she see Tamatara inside the fox chamber? There's but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long as my blade thirsts for blood, at long last it shall be sated. Wait, this is a trial, right? Trial by combat, apparently. Show me what you're truly capable of, Justice Dono. Bird. Very well then, both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to... No? Oh! 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but... 3-minute recess? Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo. The loo? Do you mean the bathroom? Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash your hands. See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished. Yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins. Now this guy just lost all the authority. I declare Prosecutor Blackwell the winner of this round of Simon Says. Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it? Oh man. "10:40 a.m. Oh, it's only been like 40 minutes? Battle? Yeah, you know, don't you know they added the new combat phase in this Ace Attorney game? They're like, you know, Ace Attorney's a bit too niche. We need to make it more mainstream. You know, bring it to a new generation, a new console. 3D graphics. It's perfect. Let's give Athena a gun. He busted out of his shackles. Yeah, what was that all about? Fuck. True. She would. You know, on the tier list of characters in this game that would say fuck, Athena is definitely up there. At the bottom is probably... I think Trucy would say it, right? Gumshoe. Gumshoe would never say fuck. Ever. In his life. He's the bottom of the tier list. Not like that's a bad thing, but... Yeah, I'm just like thinking of all the characters, and it's just like, Maya would say fuck. Phoenix would definitely say fuck. Maybe Edgeworth? I was like, maybe Edgeworth would be just like say bollocks or something like that, or like bloody hell instead of fuck. Mia definitely says fuck. If you know what I mean. Oh, I miss you, Mia. Come back. Let's see. Von Karma would say fuck. Oh, Francisca, I mean. would drop the good god. He is the type of guy to say that, isn't he? Trucy would say fuck so many times. Her dialogue would just become asterisks and bleeps. Yeah, what was that all about? Guess they don't make shackles like they used to. Gotta be careful, Apollo. You really brought out the samurai in him. The most cheerful fucksayer of all time. Especially after you proved there was a Temataro impersonator at the manor. What's with that guy and the whole samurai act anyway? He's a weeb. Such fine swordsmanship. It is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel. It's time to duel. No, wait. Let's save the dueling until after we prove your innocence. I suppose you could wait till later. Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here? Athena, I'm gonna go wash up. Yeah, Apollo's gotta piss. Remember what Blackwell said, Apollo. Don't be late. Give those guys some Duel Monster cards? Yeah. Speaking of Duel Monster, I heard the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Passed away recently. RIP. I was never a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Guy myself, but it's came up every now and then, you know? Snuck into my my life a few times, you know, just watching some Yu-Gi-Oh! Memes, some dub clips. It's a very quotable show. He died a hero apparently too. I don't remember his name. Shutakami? Rest in peace. Remember what Blackwell said, Apollo. Don't be late. Well, exactly 3 minutes, I guess. Now then, I believe our next witness is Miss Jinxie Tenma, a maid at QB Manor. I believe we can proceed now, if the witness is ready, that is. What is this? her reflection is in the plate. Maruhayan, leader of the 100 demons. He really does exist. Wow, that is one well-polished tray. Witness will show her face in court, or testimony will be inadmissible. What is it, my child? Beyond Nurayan, leader of the 100 demons. Oh ho ho, you think I'm yokai? Well, I was once known as the judicial monster of sorts. Ha ha ha. The beast of the bar, the demon of due process, if you will. My charm has no effect. Demon of due process? Not sure I can see that one. If anyone's the demon of due process, it's this guy. Now, you little scamp. Yes? I trust you know why you're here. Bags. Bags? Oh, that tricksy Tanuki. Try the noodle stand. Go enjoy a big bowl of Tanuki tail noodles while you're at it. Everyone's a comedian. No, I meant your bags. The ones under your eyes.
You must have trouble sleeping. Here, this charm will keep Azuki...
What? Azuki Kirai. No. Kiarai.
This charm will keep Azuki away.
Azukirai. The yokai that washes Azuki beans. The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off.
Azuki often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans.
This guy's washing beans.
But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore.
Is that so? Well, thank you. He's actually taking it. I guess he really does have a problem sleeping.
Looks like Prosecutor Blackwell got more than he bargained for.
Bad enough alone, but together, those two are just plain creepy. No testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically, whether or not you saw Temataro when you discovered the crime scene. Testimony. What Jinxie saw.
Did I see Tamataro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door... I saw... Yes, now I remember. Yokai, right there in that room.
Really? So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime.
Uh-huh, lots and lots of them.
Wait, more than one yokai? Did Temataro happen to be among them? Among them? Dangerously close. Dangerously close to the forbidden statement. Forbidden phrase.
I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is that the room was swimming in yokai. Nurikabe, Seto Taisho, they were all there.
Well, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them. This is ludicrous. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony. Yeah. Oh, is it her time to shine?
Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear.
What a quick therapy session should ease her mind. Oh yeah, just hold therapy in the middle of court, you know. That's gonna work out really well. Just her on the witness stand with the whole crowd watching her. It's really the perfect time to be vulnerable.
With the court's permission, of course.
What a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Mr. Psyches. Oh, Miss Psyches. Excuse me. You sure you know what you're doing, Athena?
She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering the crime scene. And fear of testifying have her dazed and confused. A regular ball of confusion.
Oh no, you know, as opposed to an irregular ball of confusion.
My analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help.
Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? Shall we let Miss Psyches proceed? It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony. You'd better be served by a bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land.
I'll show you.
Alright, bust out the screen. Huh? What is this? Watching this art is always cool.
Did I see Temataro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door. I saw. I remember. Yokai, right there in that room.
Found something. an out of control emotion. Athena, what exactly are we looking at here?
Oh, this? It's one of Widget's functions. Right here you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice.
Whoa, you mean that little thing can do all this?
Pretty cool, huh?
You know, I thought it was just some kid's toy.
Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. It seems the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess.
So all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions. Maybe each of those yokai are actually like an object in the room that she thought she saw.
Yes, that's right. Her fear has instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. She's seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma.
There's no way that's like an actual thing though. Like, you don't just get schizophrenia. Do you? I don't know. I'm no psychologist.
And the trauma in Jinxie's case is fear.
So she was, and still is, seeing ordinary objects as yokai.
We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now, let's see. Paulo, can you point out the yokai in the Wheel of Fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one.
Alright, probe.
Point to what's causing Jinxie's out of control emotion.
I'll probe again to try and get to the heart of the matter. Okay, let's give this a try. This music kind of slaps though. Point to the cat monster. Okay.
Got it.
Jinxie, what's the name for that yokai in the Wheel of Fire?
That's Akasha, a yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the Aldermans.
It's almost creepy how well that fits the actual situation.
Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaking for Akasha.
We have a picture? Not really.
Paulo, you need to point out what she thought was a yokai on a Wheel of Fire.
I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Akasha? Chandelier.
Take that.
The light fixture?
This one right here. It has a flame design and is up there on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on a Wheel of Fire. Akasha you saw was just a light fixture.
Eef.
There we go.
That's one memory back to normal. Nice job. Now that you've got the hang of it, it should be a cinch to point out the rest.
Jinxie, what about this white wall-like monster?
That's Nurikabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray.
That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen.
Eep.
Oh, I didn't even need to like point that one out. This raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. It's just the statue of one.
Eep.
And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here, it's nothing more than a fox statue.
Eep. I don't know what I was thinking.
Did she crack the plate? Oh, she got a new one, I guess.
You did it, Apollo. Your extreme fear is under control now. It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. They weren't any yokai after all. See?
A clear-cut statement. And that's the power of my psychology and your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there were never really any yokai in the Fox Chamber. I like her point pose. Right, there never really were any yokai there. So, the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion. Oh, we got it. Wait. Jinxie, what about Tenmataro?
There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Tenmataro or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now.
You've gotta be joking! Things aren't looking good. Ladies and gents, I think we just dug our own grave. Allow me to push you in. It's the least I could do. No! How many feathers does he have? Did he just pluck them all from his bird? Poor bird.
Apollo, can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. It's an unexpected emotion.
Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet?
Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. Monitor the new information we have and run an update.
Let's see. Surprise. I was so scared when I entered the room. My legs gave out and fell to the floor. Info update. There in the Fox Chamber I saw, Shiver, the Alderman dead on a table, and Papa collapsed in the chair. Ah, so since he's in the chair, and she also saw Tenmataro leave the room, there's no way those two could be the same person, and if we assert that Tenmataro is the killer, then that means, Damien Tenma has to be innocent. Nobody else was there, and that includes Tenmataro. Wait, what am I supposed to do?
Try and find the emotions that contradict her statements.
So if I find a contradictory emotion, I should point it out?
Right?
But it's not just contradictory emotions you should look out for. You should also keep an eye out for sudden changes in an emotion's intensity. Her emotions might get stronger or weaker as you move from statement to statement. I see. It's important to compare how the same emotion changes throughout the testimony. Contradictory emotions and changes in intensity. Okay, I'll give it a shot. You saw? The Alderman dead on a table and Papa collapsed in a chair. These are the same intensity. This one. Why were you less sad here?
Got it!
Oh, I actually got it. Nice. The amount of fear you felt is rather low despite your legs having given out from fright. Something have lessened your fear.
Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment.
You did? Where did it come from?
Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt it as if she was there with me. Okay, I'll enter sudden burst of courage.
Now let's see.
Oh, look!
Mama. I'll look at her determined face. It's pretty cute.
Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now.
Nice. Bye-bye. Sunburst of courage. Now, where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage?
Yes there was, but, I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage?
Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. Okay, here's what I think what happened. It's a random guess. I think she saw the fox mask of the wrestler, right? But I feel like the only way she would have felt courage is that if the fox mask was on someone. But it's like if it was on the floor, I don't know. Why would she feel courage? So I think maybe she saw the fox mask on the alderman, then she took it off, and then she was like, oh my god, what have I done? And she threw it outside. And that's how it wound up in the river. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this? Oh, no, it's the flower. Obviously, it's the flower. It reminded her of her mom, right? Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a nine-tailed flower there at the scene, did you? I was completely off.
The demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tailed flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it.
You what? You can't even remove evidence. You can't remove evidence from a crime scene? That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant.
Sorry.
It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh, look, something slid out. It appears to be a key. Might I have a look, your baldness? Ah, this is none other than the master key to QB Manor. Master key? Are you certain of this, Professor? Prosecutor Blackwell, excuse me. I need water. I need water desperately. Also, BRB. Gotta blow my nose. Oh, we're back. Sorry, forgot to unmute my mic. It matches the serial number of the key that went missing. That went missing after the murder. A master key that went missing? Why didn't I like this? Why don't I like the sound of that? A little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. It's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Oh. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. And your point is? Until Jinxie Tenma opened the Fox chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world. Ah, excuse me. And there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. No! No!
Objection!
How could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes. Da, 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 da. Nah. The defense's assistant. The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations. Talking is hard, guys. Athena, are you alright? I know Mayor Tenma's innocent, but there's nothing we can do. This sucks. Psyches, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery. Can I decline your offer? Abandon your client and misplaced faith, and your misplaced faith in him. Wow, I cannot talk at all. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Great. Now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not going to fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks. No, I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight. Hey, are you alright? She fell right into his trap. Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared, and your consciousness cleansed. Alright, I'll be back in 10. Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai. Apollo? Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to? Oh right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Though I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena. Court is waiting, Mr. Justice. Though, as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect. And this is it. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Well, actually I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you? Not really, but we'll still be fine. But... Got absolutely nothing. That's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. Because it's over if I don't. Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Or in this case, inside the box. What a doozy that locked room is, too. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument? Oh, they just vented. That's why. Right? The sussy culprit vented out of the room. Yep. You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room in one way or another. Got a little sus. A smidge. Yeah, a smidge. Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono. Time to do or die. Literally. The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room.
You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened?
I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so?
The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through. And there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent,
Sus.
it's up too high, and there's nothing you can stand on to reach it.
Really? I swear that's how he got out.
And needless to say, the forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's how.
Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes. And whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Escape through here. Well, was it just the air duct then? Because we know the culprit went out this way, right? In this hallway. So forbidden chamber's out. Windows out, doors out because it was locked, so it has to be this. And just how did the killer escape through here, Mr. Justice? Your reasoning skills seem as questionable as your proposed escape route. Ah, wish I could escape right now. I'm afraid there's no escaping a penalty for your random guessing, Mr. Justice. Can I try that once again? Wait, really? Did I choose the wrong thing? Well, they did say the duct was too high up, so I guess just the front door? Hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out. It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and then lock it without a key? I should have seen this coming.
Remember, Apollo, keep it simple.
Simple, right. Could understand it if the killer had exited the room with a key, but... Well, Mr. Justice, prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly. Glorious Nippon steel. I'm fine, I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because... Tenma locked it from inside. Or locked it from outside. It locked on its own. Do we know how the door works? Last one? I mean, how would he lock it from the outside without a key?
He didn't have a key on him. That's the problem. He found a key. Where?
What key did they find? We need evidence. Maybe he just locked it from the inside. With the dead body, but he was inside the room after it had been locked. So he could not have taken the key outside with him. It was found on the dead body within a locked room. So I think it's from the inside. Mayor Tenma locked it himself after the killer fled the scene. Because you can still lock a door from the inside. You can like turn the key and then just like remove the key, keep it on the body, and then just the door will lock once you close it, right? Just in case the killer decided to return. I think I got it wrong. There's another key? Wait, there is? Oh, I'm dumb. And again, wouldn't Mayor Tenma have mentioned that himself? Oh, maybe it slipped his mind because of that blow to his head. Ah. I've already considered and investigated such possibilities. You have? The mayor's fingerprints were not found on the door or its doorknob. The only fingerprints found belong to the alderman. Ergo, the mayor did not so much as touch the door. Oh, oops. Okay, then how about... Because... I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna trust your judgment. Locked it from the outside. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked it. Ouch! Consider this, the master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact.
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction.
Only we could explain both. Oh, you can just throw in the key from the vent. The key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from the outside. Well, let's see if the defense can typo? Typo? Hello? Let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword. Typo spotted. How could the master key be at the scene of crime, despite the room being locked tight? Threw it in from outside. What if someone threw it into the room from outside? You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, and then toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. And where would you throw it from? There was a cliff outside the Fox Chamber's window. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility. The vent, yep. Oh, right. Ah. I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window. Somewhere other than the window. The key have been tossed in through somewhere other than the window. It's gotta be here. Take that. The air vent? A bit sus. Yes, the window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not.
Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway.
That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the Fox chamber. Then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. Ugh. Preposterous.
Ooh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused. Don't worry. I'll explain it so even your honor can understand. Ouch. First, the real killer, disguised as Temataro, murdered the alderman in the Fox chamber. Then they fled the room without the hallway, through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent into the ceiling there. He did go inside the vent, straight up. Sussy Baka. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Oh, Your Honor? Could that be any clearer? Amazing. Even I could follow that.
The judge seems really pleased.
That explained everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Temataro. And there was someone other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. It's like a blah 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 blah. Total turnabout. That massive forehead seems to be so much more attractive now. Wow. Big foreheads are in. Order, I say. Just go bald, Apollo. Your entire head is going to be a forehead. You're going to be so attractive. I'm sure of it. Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
Silence. A valiant effort, Justice Dono, while your final thrust missed its mark. Wonder how long this section is. We've been in this first section of the trial for a long time. Huh? Excuse me. It's late, isn't it? Both that little scamp and that tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out of the front door? That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the... Ouch. But that is impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer security camera, that is. The electric eye would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there is no sign of Temataro anywhere in the security footage. Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there? I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Hold it!
Wait, I believe there is one other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera. Hey, you're right.
Silence.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? Seems you lack not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliff side of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one. Sorry, I was grabbing like some tissues and stuff. Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window?
What the heck, right?
Huh. I suppose your next proposal is a killer, sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset. That would mean the killer really was a yokai. Only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer. Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be. What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly? Wait, fly? You mean the kite? Whoa. I thought I was the one with the cords of steel. Well, I can't wait to hear this. Need more water. I'm getting sleepy. Maybe I should have more coffee. Your Honor? What evidence do you have that the killer flew away? More coffee? That's right. Flew away. Give a kite, that's it. Or whatever this is. It's gotta be a kite, right? Take a look at the special edition paper. Temataro, your flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out the window? Why are we trying to argue this? What is the point? Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting. Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. For tea at nighttime. Honestly, tea is probably better for you at nighttime. It's just coffee really gets you going if you need it. The killer, disguised as Temataro, flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence.
Coffee. It is your brain that has... What? Is that a typo or not? That has Flo the Coop. That doesn't seem like a typo. It is your brain that has Flo the Coop. The image is not but thick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay, then how about the Temataro figure Mr. Filch saw? Just vanished into thin air? No, there's a rational, common sense explanation for that. Infernal yokai Trixie Tanuki witness never reached the entrance. That has flown the coop. Right, I see. That does make a lot more sense. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. No, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter, Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at that time. Ugh, not good. Not good at all. You understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono. The falsified yokai remnants. And the appearance of Temataro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. Well, it's over for us. Well, at least Damien is off the hook, right? He's innocent, I think. According to law. Ah, no! No! Order! Order! The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever. That little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by falling out of the window. You truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo? He no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one. Bailiff, seize her. This time I interrogated her as the samurai of Yorewood. Oh? Oh shit. This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Tenmotaro's true identity is... No, no, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile this time to claim the point. To claim... Futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. Here we go. Sentences. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Stepping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all. Possible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for the obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution will be willing to overlook her little yokai farce. Confess? The defendant intends to confess? Wait. Apollo. Cedar Blackwell's up to his mind games again. Maritima, no. Don't fall for his twisted words. If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone again. The real killer is... Maritima's going to confess unless we do something. But I can't prove how the real killer can have blown away. Call. Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time for my return. Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for. Transformation sequence?
Foolish mortals. I am Tenmataro, the yokai you seek.
Mayor Tenma?
Silence. I am Tenmataro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold, the return of the Demon King.
I know the voice isn't very imposing for being a Demon King, but it's a bird guy. How else am I supposed to voice a bird guy? What the? Demon King? Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation. Yo. The witness will, he will explain himself. Are you saying you're Tenmataro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time?
Indeed, it is I, Tenmataro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenmataro, you say? Ha, what nonsense.
So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now.
Ka 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 ka! His body is now mine!
So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you?
The accursed power of these warding charms prevents me from revealing my true form.
Your baldness can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt? Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented. Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned.
Huh? What?
You claim the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber. But it was the accused all along. Yeah. Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. Well, the Alderman's killer is none other than a Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma, or should I say, dear Tenma Taro. The pieces have all fallen into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackwell? Seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the Alderman in the Fox Chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the Forbidden Chamber's door. But then fell unconscious from the blow the Alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter, Jinxie Tenma, stumbled onto the scene of the crime. Little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly freed Tenma Taro then fled from the Fox Chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed by his Tenma Taro.
Objection!
When we arrived on scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How's that possible if he was supposed to have flown out of the foyer window? Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of QB Mayor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenma Taro? Ah! Hold it.
That too was easily explained. Flew about for a time, did I? But presently tired, I made for the Forbidden Chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the Fox Chamber, and I knew no more.
It would seem the places are still in place. The pieces are still in place. Ugh. Sorry, man. Is Blackwell up to his tricks again? I don't know what to say. Is the defendant real alive?
Maybe what Mayor Tenma's true? I knew yokai were real after all.
You mean he really did kill the Alderman just so he could release Samataro? Order, order.
I just got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai.
Simon says on steroids. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming it on a yokai. The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your boldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system? I need more water.
Objection!
Mayor Tenma is just pretending to be Temataro to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature. Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but to...
Silence.
Please, I just wanted to... I just wanted to end this trial day. So I can end the stream. At a good time, you know? This is the dark age of law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning justice, Dono.
Objection!
I won't fabricate any evidence. Yeah, I'm not Nick.
Silence.
Then prove it by joining me. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. Is he inviting us to sleep with him? Did he just say that? How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? Look, Blackwell, shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. We both have evidence and a confession. I know what he means in general, but like, you know what it, you know. Yeah, he's extremely gay. It kind of is. Oh, you know, yeah. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but... Whoa! What the fuck? What's wrong with him? Prosecutor Blackwell, we have had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that. What do they have strapped to this guy? Oh, what in the devil was that? Fool Wright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? It seems you have found that quite shocking. Get it? It's my special jolt of justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave. I don't like that guy. You pay for this, Your Honor, you need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior. A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective? Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. Prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. Finally, this court is adjourned. To be continued in the next State's Attorney stream. Oh man. And here I thought we'd never see the end of it. Over here. Ah, this room. I do like this room. A lot. The spaghetti is still there. Floating spaghetti. And the Papa beanie. Yeah, it brings me back. Good old days. Alright, well, like I said, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I've been enjoying this game quite a bit, despite my my drowsiness. Apologize for the weird pauses. I'll try not to do that next time. Thank you, Nubius. It's my pleasure. All right, well, next stream is going to be what? What's it going to be? Actually, I'm going to go forward one just to see if there's music, you know? There we go. Music. It's kind of awkward just talking over silence, you know? Next stream will be Xenoblade on Sunday. Yeah. Look forward to that. And I'll try not to be as late. Good night, you all. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, drink lots of water. I'll see you in the next stream.